Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is How I Met Your Fandom, and this is Ibrahim and Ethan. We're so happy you're here. We're really excited because there is a new game that is very near and dear to my heart.
It is.
And that is Kingdom Hearts 4. The trailer just got released. I'm very excited to watch it today. But before we get into that, we got a little bit of things to talk about. First of all, thank you to everyone who watched all of How I Met Your Fandom, or How I Met Your Father, sorry. We really appreciate that. And also we appreciate the feedback of, hey, reach out into other fandoms. And here we go. Yeah, here's our first attempt at it. So this is an easy one to go to for me. I love this game. But we also have some other ones that are coming up that are going to be a little bit more well-rounded for everyone. Marvel, DC, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan. We're trying to handle all of these things. We've been watching them. We've been keeping up with them. We've been talking about them. We've been figuring out the aspects we want to talk about. So those episodes will be coming out. They will be dropping. It'll be awesome. The other thing is, we still need a new logo. Basically, it was really easy to have a logo if we were only going to be a How I Met Your Father podcast talking about how applicable How I Met Your Father is to life and everything like that, because we would just rip off their logo every time, and it's like easy no-brainer. But now, if we're going to be going into all kinds of different things, we need a logo. So if any of you all listening are talented graphic design artists and would like to help us out with that, we would love to use your art as our logo. So
yes, please
hit us up, let us know, send us some sketches. Let's do it. We're excited to see what you guys got.
We need to do a contest.
Oh yeah, contest.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Challenge. Is it accepted? That's a reference, by the way. How I Met Your Mother.
But yeah, help us out with a logo. Neither one of us know how to do that kind of stuff, so we would rather someone who is from the community do it than us outsource it or anything like that. And so, yeah, we want you guys to have buy-in for it. It'd be great. With that being said, let's just talk about Kingdom Hearts real quick, okay? This game came out so long ago. I remember the first commercial I
feel like it was 2002.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah,
I remember the first commercial I ever saw for it.
It was like all black background and just a litany of Disney characters. Mushu, Donald Duck, all the hits were on that thing. I just remember thinking, what is this?
Right.
And I want in on it.
And they had, wow, good job, 2002, March 28, 2002. They also, wait, was that when this trailer was dropped? Was March 28th?
Probably. Nah, it couldn't have been. There's no way it was that long ago. I think it was still April.
Just a couple days
ago. Yeah, it was like a week ago, maybe. Yeah, that'd have been nuts, though.
Yeah.
20 years later. Oh, my God. Yeah, missed that fucking mark.
That's probably the Japanese release.
Yeah, right. Word.
But, yeah, and I remember, like, seeing it on Disney Channel, that commercial.
Was Disney doesn't do anything outside of Disney.
Right. And it was, like, a big deal. And, like, I just remember, like, a scene where, like, Sora or maybe it was Mickey Mouse, I don't remember. Someone was walking around like a tank that had something inside of it. Like it was probably like a heart or something like that. I was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, whatever it is, I'm down. I'm gonna like watch this. And it turns out it's a game. I'm like, I'm gonna play this.
Yes.
Like, easily, I'm gonna play this.
We had opposite experiences because I was all in, but you were an only child and I was not.
Oh yeah.
So my brother was not about it. And when it comes to renting games, it was very much a consensus.
Oh,
so
pick and choose your battles.
Yeah. I lost that battle hard, and it's so hard where I didn't play it until Ethan introduced it to me. Like what, 10 years after the first game?
Oh my gosh, crazy. But yeah, this game, when Kingdom Hearts 1 came out for me, it had like everything I could have wanted in a game, because I also, as an only child, grew up playing Final Fantasy. I played a lot of the Final Fantasy games, and once you start, as the game progresses, you unlock more and more Final Fantasy characters, including one of my favorites of all time, Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. Everyone's always like die hard over Cloud in Final Fantasy VII, but I love Squall from Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah.
Super emo. I was really emo back in that time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking about my feelings. But he was sick in the game. And even so much that's like my gamer tag is originated from that character, Lionheart, Squall Lionheart. And in Kingdom Hearts, they name him Leon Lionheart.
Which is cool.
Yeah. And I'm not sure. I never really picked up why they like changed his name from game to game. I don't know. It's probably, I bet you it was some weird copyright thing or something like that. But A lot of awesome crossovers, and like literally, this game broke down barriers for other video games because it was tackling the multiverse 20 years ago.
Yes.
It was tackling the multiverse 20 years ago. There is a world for each. They don't do a universe. There's not a universe for each thing. There's a world, a planet
Mm-hmm.
where each one of these things is happening.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Aladdin is not happening in Arabia so much as it's happening on Aladdin world
right.
that resembles Arabia.
Yeah.
And that's nuts.
Yeah,
right? Like it's
Tarzan.
yeah,
Tarzan's
like
just a jungle planet.
yeah,
Like,
it's nuts to think about. It's like, we're all thinking about, these movies existing in a familiar world in different timelines. Saudi Arabia, ancient, Saudi Arabia versus like ancient China and Mulan, versus fast forward up to like, Brave, which is, I don't know, it's ancient, but it's not ancient, right? It's Scotland.
yeah.
What my point is
Medieval.
you could place them all on the earth. Moana, you know what I mean? Place them all
Yeah.
on the earth. But then in terms of like the Disney universe, they are of their own realms and drifting throughout space rather than being through like a doorway or something like that. It's like you can fly to it on a ship, a gummy ship of all things. That's wild to me still. Why do they call it a gummy ship? Straight up like Lego ripoff.
Yeah.
You know?
Disney.
Disney,
Disney
yeah.
had to do something.
But yeah, it was a beautiful concept of just like jumping from world to world, the aerial world, or what do you call it, Little Mermaid.
Yep. Halloween
Town, yeah, which people forget it's a Disney IP, right? That was a lot of fun.
That's my favorite level.
Yeah, I remember playing that game. You know, what I mean, he let me play it on my own, like by my own. He watched for the most part, but yeah, I remember playing. He told me that I would not beat Ariel's boss, big octopus bitch. What's her name? Ursula. On my first try, and I did. And it's still one of my crowning achievements in video games.
So, that being said, I think something that Kingdom Hearts 1, was set a precedent for let's make a hard game that's kid friendly.
Mm-hmm.
There are definitely win and loss conditions for the way you play the game. It's also a moderately light like RPG because you can customize Sora from the very get-go. You pick which they like ask you a couple questions about your personality, and then they set you up with the loadout that changes the order in which you unlock the abilities as you go.
Yeah.
Saying like if you want to like get in there and do stuff, here's the freaking wave dash thing that you can take from the get-go. Or if you're gonna always be ranged, here's some ranged attacks for you, kind of thing. Or like, are you gonna need more HP? Or are you gonna need more?
I am not great at video games, as this guy knows. So my lean was defense and health. Like I just need to stay alive. I can win the longer I can stay alive.
But essentially, if you ask me, Kingdom Hearts 1 is the Dark Souls of children's games.
Hot take.
Yeah, probably a hot take, but like
Dark Souls is savage.
Yeah. Dark Souls like makes people depressed. It's so hard.
Yes.
But like Kingdom Hearts, there's like I was
frustrated.
Ursula was tough, but I mean, you know who was tougher was freaking Maleficent and Riku.
Riku was a mother. That's talk about a chronic achievement thing. Oh my gosh. Like hitting those moves. It's like it's a pattern, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, it's the dance that you cannot miss on.
Yeah.
And once you figure it out, you keep hitting those movements.
Yeah. So even I'm sure if we went back and played Kingdom Hearts 1 now, it would still be hard. But having played Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3, it's probably just not as fun for the sake of I don't know, for the sake of like ADD. Like there's not enough things to do during the combat. It really is like if you want to beat any boss, all you have to do is like dodge roll until you get your Faraga charge up, and you can blast with like a long distance Faraga.
Yeah.
And until they hit their weak spot in which you can spam attacks on them and get out of there before like the bosses kind of do whittle down to be the same thing, except for where essentially, I mean, they change how easy or hard it is to do that.
Yeah.
Specific thing, like making the floor to where you can't even stand on it because it's on fire now, or stuff like that. And like, But there was always little kid me always found some weird little loophole where I could stand in some area where no damage ever came to them, and I was just like spamming things. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I fell in love with Kingdom Hearts 1. It's a story about a kid who loses his two best friends.
Oh.
And his only goal then becomes to find them. And he doesn't realize the gravity of the situation between his own heart and their hearts and what's happening between the three of them. He's just there to try to find his friends.
Yeah.
And knows that he's got this Goofy and this Donald.
What?
I don't know. Ronald
McDuck or Ronald McDonald. I mean,
Ronald McDonald. Yeah.
Donald
whatever.
Duck.
Donald Duck and Goofy there to accompany him. And who end up becoming his actual like ride or dies.
Yeah.
But they're not. It's weird. They're not his best friends. They're still searching for his best friends.
Yeah.
But they're there for everything. I don't know. At its core, it's an incredible storyline about a little kid living in these fantasy worlds, doing these crazy accomplishments that only little kids could imagine to do, like fly around like Peter Pan and hang out with Mushu and Simba and
become a fish.
Yeah, and go underwater and all these things, all while trying to like fight against evil and like 2002. What is that? 11-year-old me loved every minute of that, right? So great game. Fast forward years later, Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2, which came out on 2005, 3 years later.
Oh my god.
3 years later. It was a long time coming. Changes everything. Now, granted, there's a lot of games that were released in between all these major console games. There was a lot of handheld games, and even later on, there were some phone games that you could play. I played the phone one for a little while.
There's a new phone game coming.
Yeah. They'll do the same thing they did for 3, I'm sure. Which was like, if the community reached certain goals in 3, it changed actually the way 3 ended.
Oh wow!
Which was like,
it's wild,
kind of cool. Not necessarily. It just like, if you were in a certain tier or category, they put your name literally on the screen. Like at the end of 3, this like crazy attack gets unleashed by the squad, and like all these like things start, like, looks like souls are coming out into this like fight, and they like eventually like labeled like somehow the names. I'll have to show it to you. It's way better than I'm saying it, but like anyways, I'm sure they'll do that. But anyways, Kingdom Hearts 2 comes around, and all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of new characters, a whole bunch of new issues. There's new bad guys. Things are made aware that we didn't know were actually happening during the first game that we were actually playing through. Also, Birth by Sleep. I forgot to mention that. Birth by Sleep was an incredible game. Probably one of the best of the series. If you ask me, I think Birth by Sleep was probably better than 2 and better than 3.
Ooh, I take.
Yeah, I mean, I maybe people disagree, but that Birth by Sleep was sick. 2 was a little bit easier than 1, and 3 was a little bit easier than 2. The game got less and less
challenging.
Yeah, challenging, less and less Dark Souls-y. More.
They went way too hard the first time. They're like, well, we gotta pull back.
We need people to finish the game. Yeah. But more, I would say more, how to say this? If Kingdom Hearts had 10 achievements, they had more. If Kingdom Hearts 1 had 10 achievements, I'm sure they had more than 10.
Yeah.
These were all like a 10 out of 10 on difficulty to achieve.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2 probably had 100 achievements at like 2 out of 10 difficulty to achieve. So it was more completion driven. Like even the secret bosses weren't as hard. There were secret bosses in 3 secret bosses in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah.
That were very, very difficult. The secret bosses in Kingdom Hearts 2 were not nearly as hard. But also it makes you wonder, maybe I was just better at video games, 3 years later.
Possibly.
That's
definitely a thing.
Yeah, maybe I just got better. Maybe it actually was as hard, but
you also aren't a child.
Yeah. But Kingdom Hearts 3 was literally just spam, spam, spam. The abilities were too free to cast. Everything was really easy. It was so easy. The community was saying how easy it was, and eventually they had to release a hard mode where if like you like literally got hit, you died. Essentially, and it had to like reset stuff like that. So, I kind of think they just sort of like opened up with that.
Mm-hmm.
But the story itself from Kingdom Hearts 1 with all the other games in between 2 and 3 is pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
It's the most convoluted story I've ever seen. Like me and Ibby, right before we were doing this thing, we actually just like pulled up a Kingdom Hearts family tree just so we could recap literally like everything that's ever happened to Sora. But to understand all of Kingdom Hearts, you need like 4 or 5 different family trees. And anyone who's played the games understands what I'm saying. Like, there's so many relations and so many weird little
the 100-acre wood
loopholes and changes and people and you guys know what I'm talking about without being too without having too many spoilers. You guys know what I'm talking about. But with all that being said, I love Kingdom Hearts. I love the story of Kingdom Hearts. I will always play Kingdom Hearts. And I'm very excited for Kingdom Hearts 4 to come out. I'm very excited to play it.
and kind of out of nowhere, right? Like,
yeah,
like that was no rumors, nothing on the wind.
Yeah.
About a fourth one coming, and then it was like, boom, 3 games coming.
Right.
What you got? What you ready for this?
Yeah. It's I don't know. I'm just excited. With all that being said, what we're here to do today is to watch and react.
Yeah.
To the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, and we'll tell you what we think about it, and you guys can tell us what you guys think about it. So, give us a second, we'll get it set up. Okay, here we go. Kingdom Hearts 4.
The Lost Master. The Lost Master arc.
Okay, cool graphics, development footage, subject to change. If this isn't the ending you desired, if it brings you despair, then leave this world for another.
Oh.
Your options are endless. The heart resides within the soul, which in turn is guided by fate to its rightful place. Dude, this looks beautiful.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, this looks Last of Us.
Last of Us, yeah. Like
that was terrifying.
But then it cuts back to this like kind of old school. The choice is yours once more. Sora, lounging.
Cold chilling.
Yeah, shoes picked off.
Look at the drip.
You've been asleep since you arrived in this world 7 days ago.
Weak. Idiom.
This is Quadratum.
Hmm.
Quadratum. A world full of life. But for you and I, it's similar to an afterworld, I suppose.
What's that mean? The real ass world.
Okay, so like every game, it starts with this freaking Heartless, the boss Heartless.
Reminds me of Fantasia.
Yeah. Except for in Kingdom Hearts 1, you actually do fight the
You
Fantasia.
really do fight that, yeah.
It's like the graphics are in between. Like everything that's Kingdom Hearts is kind of toonish, but they're trying to be pretty real.
Yeah.
With these parts.
Fun fact, that's a Russian god. Who you fighting the Fantasia? Chernobog.
Chernobog, yeah. Alright, so he can summon his Keyblade. Oh, okay. Fight scene. Okay, still got the dashing enemy.
Oh, keychain.
Okay. Okay, Spider-Man.
Oh,
wall running.
Oh, escape from the city. I'll make it through. Sonic. Follow me. Ooh, extra drill. Into the heart. Less. Get wrecked. Yes.
However, you do leave this world behind. Expect to return to the one from which you came.
Or, yeah, you do. Yeah, costume Halloween.
I wish wish I had like a letter one. Kingdom Hearts 4.
Wait, Phoenix.
Oh.
Ooh. It's our sidekicks. Donald Duck. And Goofy Dog.
They both sound even funnier in a different language. Hey, just where do you think you're going?
Wow. This is whack.
Is that Hades?
Shit, probably.
Which is Hades? From
Hercules.
Hercules. Okay, so that is the
First trailer
that they've released for Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm still curious about a lot of things. Again, first of all,
what do you mean by Afterworld?
yeah, Afterworld, such a weird.
That's a real ass world. Like,
yeah.
Imagine dying, and then like the afterlife being just a life with bills and taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is hell.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, what am I Afterworld? Oh my God, what did you guys do to get there?
Yeah.
Like, sheesh.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's hell, but it
looks like hell.
It makes it sound like he is in this post-existence place with like, but then like, who are all these people?
Yeah, all people who died and went to the afterworld. I guess I don't know, or like they're from a world that's so paradisiac or whatever, idyllic, I guess. And then they die. They just come to our world. Like, this is awful.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Wait, what if it was all like dreams? You know what I mean? Like, it's like their world is like a dream realm. It's ideal.
Oh yeah.
Everything you could do is fun.
Yeah.
All his adventures and stuff, flying around to Aladdin and everything. And then he like dies or something. And now he's in the afterworld, but he's literally in like Japan.
Yeah.
And like Aladdin is just a movie that came out on 20 years ago. I had this dream once where like there's this guy and it's a genie and Sandy everywhere. Oh, you mean Aladdin? Oh yeah, he was there too. Oh, that's a great movie. What are we talking about? I lived that.
So the first things I'm looking for watching that trailer is lookalikes. Anyone that looks like anyone we know. So right off the bat, this girl opens the door, and so far Kingdom Hearts has been very commonly using characters that look just like another character for the sake of just for you to even know early on that this character is related to this other character. You don't know how, but you need to know they are related to this other character.
Yeah.
And it turns out, like literally they share the same body. They share the same heart, or some version of that. And so when this girl opens the door, I'm like, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? But I mean, call me stupid. I'm not recognizing anyone. I'm not seeing anyone that I know.
Yeah.
Looked like it could have potentially been Naminé, but it doesn't. I mean, Naminé is like blonde and taller. This girl seemed tiny, and I don't know. It's definitely not Kyrie.
Oh.
But who knows? And maybe that's the whole point, is that this is a different place, so it doesn't. It's not going to be things that we know. But then of course, just like watching it, you see a lot of things that like Sora still has his powers.
Yeah. Well,
if this is the first,
I legit thought he was going to like reach out and then nothing happened.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then gets whacked.
Yeah. And even has the extent of powers that like it's kind of like an issue with me in Kingdom Hearts 3 is like it looks like he's just spamming stuff. Like this dude has got everything in his bucket list, like or in his arsenal, I should say. But things that we do recognize, that giant Heartless. That Heartless has been in every game and is typically an early boss of the game to help you relearn your controls.
Sora's just like, you again?
Yeah.
How many times you gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
I must be about to go on another 60-hour journey. But yeah, so that's curious to see that guy's about. Well, it's not curious. It's like that's the move.
Yeah.
But then the guys in the hoods at the end, those that clothing to be Organization 13 clothing. But we've also met plenty of people who have worn them who are rogues. So it's usually you say something to me all the time, and usually when a person has a mask on, it's because
we met them before.
we met them before.
Yeah.
So, Kingdom Hearts is no different. Often when the mask is pulled back and revealed, we know who they are. So it's I don't know. I'm really curious to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Also, the last bit with Donald and Goofy at the end, of course they're looking for him. Like,
Yeah.
There's no way they're, like I said.
Yeah, how the other game left off. He said, I'm going at it alone.
Yeah.
Whatever, because I got to go get Kyrie alone. I can't let her be there, wherever she is, one more second.
Right.
Yeah, and he dips.
But, like, ride or die.
Ride or die, yeah.
So, it's, which it seems like, what if they legit have to die to get rid of? Boy, that's why it's Hades.
Whoa! And he's like, "Oh, dude, you want to go somewhere worse than this place? Check this out. It's called Earth. Yeah. You thought this was bad? Yeah. Holy shit!
Like, look at all these guys. They're going to work every day. How crazy is that?
8 hours, no insurance over here.
Yeah, they don't sleep like when they want to.
Debt.
It's bad. It's bad. This country's fighting. This country fighting. This country fighting.
Yeah.
Man. If we just cracked that, I mean, I'd be pretty dope if we just see that coming.
Yeah, it's just, or it's like the Good Place. It's just over here, just like, this is my new concept. Check this out. This is hell. You thought this was hell? Check this out. I'm working on this. Yeah.
That'd be good.
It's not perfect yet, but your boy Sora is there because I hate that guy.
Yeah, that'd be good. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm playing the game.
Yeah,
I'm playing the game.
He's sold.
It'll be good. I'm actually going to rehook up my old PlayStation to play Kingdom Hearts 3 again, and probably I never played it on the hard mode. I had already beaten it. It took too long for the hard mode to come out by the time I was ready to play through it again.
Yeah.
So
kind of missed the window.
Yeah. Maybe this time I'll play through it on hard mode and see how it goes. Because I know there's less spamming able if on hard mode. So but yeah. That's Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer.
I put up 3 fingers. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. That's the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer. Yeah, let us know what you guys think about the trailer. Do you guys like it? Do you guys like Kingdom Hearts?
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys gonna play Kingdom Hearts 4?
Mm-hmm.
If you are, where do you think they are?
Yeah.
Are they in Earth? Are they in Hell? Are they
what they call it? Quandrum?
Quadratin?
Quadratin? Yeah. Quadratin. Yeah, that's a dumb name. I was gonna say that.
It is a strange name. But yeah, let us know what you guys think. That
it is kind of interesting to think about. They've gone to all these whimsical worlds of Disney just to land here on Earth finally. You know, like Earth-like at least. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing special about this place at all, but it looks beautiful. They did a good job.
Yeah,
animating it.
If that's a big deal with Kingdom Hearts was in Kingdom Hearts 1. There was cutscenes and there was fighting animation graphics, and then there was like I don't know what you'd call it, bookend graphics. Like there were times during Kingdom Hearts 1 where the animation was so good, but clearly back then they could not do that throughout the whole game. Yeah. You know? But that gap between how incredible the graphics are and what graphics you can play at has gotten shorter and shorter.
Oh yeah, certainly.
So and closer, smaller and smaller, and closer and closer. This looks like it's gonna be pretty freaking good.
Yeah, they got to the point where like it'll do a cutscene. That cutscene will just go right into the instance.
Yeah.
You know, like just like transition flawlessly, no loading screen. Obviously, we passed loading screen. That was kind of silly to say, but like there's just no quality drop off between the segment and then you have to play the game. And just got the camera just kind of pans behind you and it's like on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, guys, let us know what you think. This has been another episode of How I Met Your Fandom, Kingdom Hearts edition, our first ever Kingdom Hearts edition. So we're excited about it. Again, things coming up. Marvel, DC.
Yep. Moon Knight has dropped and it is legit. DC, he says to watch Batman. He didn't see the Batman yet.
No, I've seen Batman. We have.
Oh yeah, you saw the Bat. You haven't. Yeah, you saw it. We haven't talked about it. We haven't talked about it. Okay, look at that. You just heard. We haven't talked about it yet, so we can put that on camera right away.
Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan.
Yes.
We got stuff to talk about, so, and it's all coming. So, yeah.
Like, follow, subscribe, tell your friends. Tell us about your fandoms.
Also, coming soon, we are moving over to Spotify as well.
Audio.
Yeah. So if you guys listening of choice, or you prefer to download things that you that way you can listen to it all throughout the day, not just when you have Wi-Fi. We understand that, we feel that, and we relate to that. So check us out over on Spotify. We'll drop a link when we get the official one.
Indeed.
So it'll be posted probably somewhere down below in the video and stuff like that. But
Yesums.
all right. See you guys later.